Shalom, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kradash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. In the caption here it reads, NFL star Jamar Chase curves handsy woman as she shoots her shot in public. And I'm sure many of you beloved brothers have came across and or saw this video over the past few days, but what it does from my view, it serves as a beautiful example of how the elect men are going to conduct themselves in the very near future. And why am I saying this to you? Because this is a part of prophecy as well, and many of you women are just simply going to be rejected. And I want to say this while it's on my mind to say too as well, because a woman of this sort here, right? The only reason she wants to deal with or be in the proximity of Jamar Chase is simply because the perceivable value and or money that he currently has. All right. Those of us men of the household of faith, of the hope of the elect, we know that all prophecies have to occur. All right. We know that Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7 is on the way, and also Isaiah 4 and 1. All right. Okay. We know that all hell is getting ready to break loose. And these women are going to be looking for the elect men because we're going to have the value in that day. All right. And the elect men, we're not going to be looking for or dealing with NFL pass arounds or Instagram thoughts or street nigga leftovers. As a matter of fact, let me go back to this video here. We'll wind this back from the very beginning because your BBL and your front lace wigs are not going to save you in that day. Bear with me 1 second, brothers. Baba Kusha.
How you doing?
For the girls. Come on, Jamar, man, please.
What's up, love? How you doing?
For the girls.
You know, many of you women are simply just going to be rejected. And you have to get that in your minds, all right? And you women already can't handle rejection now, so how much more so when all hell is breaking loose? You're going to fall apart. And this is what the Lord is going to do for his elect men. He's going to increase our value overnight significantly, brothers. It tells us this: Jamar Chase signed a 4-year, $161 million contract extension with the Cincinnati Bengals, all right? You have to consider this, brothers. We worked for the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings. So how much more is the Lord going to add to our value in that day? You see, these are carnal witches here. Remember, the scriptures tells us we work to attain an imperishable crown, all right? We'll read this again from the top, and we'll get right into the scriptures. Jamar Chase signed a 4-year, $161 million contract extension with the Cincinnati Bengals, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. The deal includes $112 million in guarantees, with $73.8 million fully guaranteed at signing, according to Cincy Jungle. The contract also includes rolling guarantees that vest in future years. Now let me come out of this here, right? And how do we know that the Lord is going to make his elect men exceedingly rich in an instant? It tells us this here in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, verse 21. It reads, "Marvel not at the work of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labors." What does it mean by for us to abide in thy labors? Because through the Spirit, we're currently in the Lord's vineyard. We have our hand to the plow, you know. And should we be the elect, we endure to the end. We're going to be rewarded significantly. Something as I like to say, this is going to be the biggest return on our investment. Continue it on, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labors. Here's the point: for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord, on a sudden, overnight, all of a sudden, to make a poor man rich. And who's the poor man in this current society? The quote-unquote so-called black man, the Israelite man. You know, in the book of Proverbs, it tells us, desire not to be rich in this current kingdom, right? Desire not riches nor poverty. We should be desiring just enough to get by and or our daily bread. Let me come out of this here. Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 33, because this is a future prophecy. You know, many of you women are going to be single, and many of you are going to be simply rejected by men of the Lord. 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 33, because we know that World War III is coming, and also the time of Jacob's trouble as well, all right? And many of your husbands are going to be drafted into those wars and or die in the civil wars and or civil skirmishes that's going to occur in this city. 2nd Ezra, in these various cities, pardon me. 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 33, the virgin shall mourn having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn having no husbands, and their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. All right? Many of you women are single now. So how much more so when all hell breaks loose? And that's what's going to lead us to Isaiah 4 and 1. And it tells us this in the NLT. In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will say, pardon me, in that day, and this is a future prophecy as well, in that day, so few men will be left that 7 women, that 7 is going into a number of completion. It could be, 3 for this brother, 5 for this brother, 7 for this brother, 10 for the next man. That 7 women will fight for each man. They're going to fight for an elected man because we're going to have the value in that day. The Lord's going to make us more precious than fine gold, brothers. That 7 women will fight for you, saying, let us marry you. We will provide our own food and our own clothing. Only let us take your name so that we won't be mocked as old maids. There won't be any 50-50 in that day, brothers. All right? We know that that's a modern concept that's popular now. Okay? All right? And I said this before and I want to say it again. Many of you women are just simply going to be rejected. We know that women can't handle rejection even now. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. These women are going to fall apart because the Lord is going to do what? Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man, an elect man, more precious than fine gold, even a man, the golden wedge of Ophir. And that sort of gold is precious, it's valuable, it's hard to find. All right? And the Lord is preparing us now. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 5. For gold is tried in a fire, and that gold men are the elect and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Brothers are dealing with all sorts of hell, all sorts of issues, all sorts of tests, but the Lord is getting us prepared for Isaiah 4:1 and also prepared for Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. All right, so we can handle it, brothers. We just got to keep our hands on the plow and continue to serve the Lord. Remember, we're going to get back 100 times as much. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2, and it tells us this, and a man should be as a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest. What does the scriptures mean by a hiding place from the wind and a covert? What does a covert do? It protects something, all right? You can hide underneath it. The Lord is going to give his elect men those spiritual powers, okay? What does it mean by the wind? Destruction, all hell breaking loose. I'm going to read that again from the top. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of waters in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Brothers, just like Jamar Chase is perceivably valuable in this current kingdom, he's rare. The Lord is going to do that even more so for his elect. All right? Let me come here. Let me finish in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 70 on down. All right? And it tells us this, but there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. You know, you have to consider this according to scriptures. We're going to have to be like pilgrims upon the earth, moving around. Verse 73, then shall they know who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in a fire. But here's the point. Hear ye, my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. And you women are going to be delivered by being under an elect man of the Lord. But you women who are single, you should be praying and fasting and pleading unto the Lord to pair you with an elect man so you will have covering in that day. And I hope that this quick lesson through the Spirit has been edifying. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash, Shalom.